Hi, everybody.
How's it going? Welcome to the Way Podcast.
Yes, Journey to Unconventional Life. I'm Michael Lavalley.
I'm Chris Pentecost, and today's episode we're going to be talking about aliens.
Yes.
So we're in a bit of a spooky tangent right now. So if you've seen the last episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I just went off the rails because it's my favorite time of year. So
Yes.
we're actually going to move back onto like the normal pathway of things. We're going to actually discuss
Yes.
instead of.
So I would like to start a conversation with what if every species on Earth comes from another planet?
Oh, what?
Because I don't know if you know that theory, but there's a theory, I don't remember the name. If you know the theory, just write it down in the comment. But that's a theory that every like a super intelligence created us in a mix of multiple.
Like we're the experimental planet. They just do a bunch of different planets like animals.
Yes, and then they will send, like, that's the purpose of life, kind of. It's a theory that was created like a couple of years ago, century maybe, and basically they will create life through a certain processes, and then they will send those form of life into other planet to see how they react and how they evolve, and then so that's why I'm asking, like, what if every thing on Earth is.
So I got some clarifying questions about that in this case. Dinosaurs.
Yes.
Were those the only animals sent, or did they send over the others that we have modern day, like monkeys, birds?
Yes, I mean, they've created like all form of life, according to that theory. But like after that is like who created them?
That's true.
Yes.
Who created that super intelligence?
Yes, and also maybe that's the thing we will see with AI, but like we are creating right now a superior intelligence than human, and like if we send those robots to other planet, because they will be more capable than us, like we don't need oxygen, we don't need.
Well, funny thing, there was a big thing about when it comes to super intelligences like that. I'll talk more on this in the AI episode.
Yes.
But in Frankenstein, they never asked. They were so busy on concentrating whether they could. They never asked whether they should. In other words, is it truly worth it to be messing with creations of life such as this without knowing the consequences behind it?
Yeah.
But on top of that, if it were created by aliens, I'm sure since they threw us all on a planet together, that there must have been some sort of experimentation behind it. In other words, they wanted to see what would happen if we put this creature and this creature in the same environment.
Yes, like who will take the lead and like.
Because God knows a platypus is a fucking alien. Those things are weird as hell.
The what?
Platypus.
What is that?
You don't know what a platypus is?
I probably know, but in French.
It's a beaver with a duck bill that's got poison glands behind its fucking hind legs.
Ornithorynque.
Huh?
Un ornithorynque.
Ornithorynque?
Yes.
even the French name is more confusing than what the actual animal is. Bro, I don't understand platypi at all. They're supposed to be a marsupial, but they lay eggs.
Yes.
But they got a duck bill and they're naturally in water, but they breathe air.
Yeah.
They're a creature that don't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, so they must come from another planet.
Exactly. Koalas? What the fuck are koalas? Tiny bears? Those don't exist here. The closest we got is the fucking Florida bear, but that's still like this big. Motherfucker's big. Yeah, Florida bears are pretty. Oh, they're not the biggest. Grizzly bears are the fucking biggest.
Yeah.
Grizzly bears and polar bears. You don't want to fuck with those things. Damn, I'm cursing a lot these episodes.
Yes, you need to watch your language, I feel like.
Okay, Captain America.
Thank you. I'll get my shield in the next episode.
Hey, if you do, I'll fucking applaud you. That'd be like, I would literally just impressive.
I can draw it on the sheet, I guess.
Don't tell me the plan. But it's actually funny that you brought up that theory, because the first thing that I thought of when you brought it up was South Park. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There's an episode of South Park where...
Maybe that's why your language.
Yeah, more than likely. I'm just thinking about Kenny dying a lot. They had an episode where they basically remade a portion of the very first episode they ever put out.
Yeah.
But the characters catch on. They're like, dude, hasn't this happened before? But then, like, you see aliens in the background everywhere. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? Bro, the kids figure out that they're actually on a television show called Earth.
Huh.
And the television show is going through reruns. In other words, the events that were supposed to happen or that is supposed to have already been gone are now re-happening again. And that's a sign of like the show is starting to get canceled, like it's about to get canceled.
Okay.
And whatever happens whenever a planet gets canceled, they get destroyed. But the whole point of what I was bringing up by that is instead of every animal species being different, there were different planets for different races of people. So there was like an Asian planet, there's an African planet, there was a European planet, there's all these different planets that they all put on the one Earth just to see what the fuck would happen. Well, what turned out happening was war, famine, and disease, like a bunch of bad shit. But they used it as like a form of entertainment, and now that people stopped being entertained by Earth, they were gonna cancel it and blow it up. When you brought up that theory, I was just like, I could bring this up, and I want to see your reaction. Do you think is that theory part of what South Park was referencing in there?
I mean, kind of, I feel like, but...
That's racist.
Why?
Because you're saying that we can't all be the same human, that we all come from different planets.
Yes, but like it's like animal, like they came from different planet because, you know, they are different species and...
But we all have the same bone structure. We all have the same organs.
Yeah, that's true.
We all have the same meat.
But I mean, we all have the same structure, like interior, like we all have like, no, cow have 2 stomachs or 4 stomachs, I think.
4 stomachs, yeah.
Yeah, so...
But there are different types of cows. What about a rabbit and a hare? They're the same creature, but they're just different,
Yeah.
They're different in the family.
Yeah, that's kind of...
As if they were cousins.
Yes. So like maybe like human were from different planet as cousin planet, but like, you know, I don't know. I just brought the theory. Like,
it's interesting that we've come up to this because I actually now have a different perspective on what you're saying by this. Initially, I thought it was like just species, as in all humans are still one species that then divulged.
I mean, probably, I don't know. It's just theory. Like I'm not.
I didn't know how hard you were backing this horse because
I don't know. I just it's a theory that I've read like a couple years ago, and I think that's a theory that might be possible. You know,
because I wholeheartedly believe that all humans they may have developed in a different way, but they are humans at the end of the day. We still have all the same bone structure. We still have the same way to process things, and we are all still adaptable.
Not all the same way to process things, because you know some people might process like event differently because they just not have the same thought process.
Yeah, based on their experiences and how they actually think, there are going to be differing opinions. That's correct. That's the joy and the beauty of humanity is you're never going to find someone who's exactly like you.
Yeah, I know, that's for sure.
Even like
except if you do
like a clone.
A clone of yourself.
Cloning. Another episode.
I heard that you can clone cat though.
You can clone animals. I haven't seen them clone a human yet, but they have cloned human parts. They like grew them on rats and shit. But now they can make like 3D printed organs. Bro, we're gonna get into that later.
Yes.
Right now we're supposed to be talking about aliens.
Yeah, so alien.
Do you believe?
I think that I've read something the other day also that the alien are on the moon or on Mars. They live under the surface of their planet, and like that was a guy who was working from the NASA of Israel, something like that, and they say that the government knows that there's alien, but Trump wanted to tell the humanity, but nobody really
believed him.
Yeah, no, the alien said like, oh no, they are not ready and blah blah blah. So, because like that would cause a mess, but I think there was a news the other day to tell that alien were there.
Not the other day, it was like last month. There was the Mexican government released photos of a alien body that they had in storage They're like, hey, so aliens are real, just like that guy in the U.S. government said. Here's a body of it, and it's very speculative because these are individuals' opinions. They are not representative of the entire government. Because for the guy in the U.S. who said that there are aliens and they are real, they are on our Earth, that guy was then contradicted by several other government officials. Yeah. So at the end of the day, no one really agrees. Even within the people that we think are hiding all the secrets, none of them happen to agree either.
The Illuminati, maybe, or the Illuminati.
The Illuminati?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's another episode idea.
Yeah, that's another episode.
Actually, let's delve a bit more into that. So, the Illuminati as a whole, it was a real society back in the 1800s. It was never supposed to be the New World Order. It was based off of an offset of the Freemasons, who was just a secret society for their country that they were trying to make better. They disbanded in the late 1800s. They're not real anymore. But there's
the Freemasons exist. Like there's a
the Freemasons still exist. Yes,
street.
Because they're Masons. They're people who build shit, and they're a society of people who build shit. They're good people. They're just very secretive because they got a lot of secret shit going on. They're not like dangerous by any means. They're just
but I mean secret like it's just
my
professional secret. I feel like
my dad was a Mason.
See?
Yeah, he had the ring and everything. He never told me a fucking thing about whatever he did. He was also a member of the American Legion and the Moose Lodge, which are two different other secret clubs. One is for veterans, the other one is also for veterans, but veterans who want to drink more.
Okay. Water or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, water's...
I got you.
I need a beer. Back on aliens. Do you believe that aliens have visited this planet?
Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much things that we can explain. So, and I was an alien at some point in the U.S. They call me like that. So.
you caught me there, buddy. You had me going. I was like, this man's spitting straight theories right now. And then you set the subject straight. Talking about aliens outside of this world, I do believe.
Yes. Do you believe they came here?
I don't believe they came here on purpose. I believe they crash landed here, as if they were doing interplanetary travel, and our atmosphere just sort of like sucked them in by accident, and they crashed. I think the Roswell thing was a real case of they had no idea what the fuck it was, so they identified it an alien. And then I do believe that the government covered that up in story for like a weather balloon that was covered up by swamp gases. That was their whole thing back in the, I think it was the 1910s or 20s.
Okay.
I don't remember when it was, or maybe it's the 1950s. I don't remember, but it was specifically in Nevada.
But like, there's so much story like that we heard, like, there's this,
but people are crazy. People are crazy. If you want a little example of that, just last night a dude had at my job. This dude came in who had a stream of consciousness that did not end. He was convinced that I was his cousin who stole his truck and never paid him back for it. Then he flip-flopped that around and said that, oh no, you're actually my dad's brother, who I don't call Uncle Chris. And I'm like, you're like 20 years older than me. This guy was completely insane.
Yeah, was he on psychosis or something? Or
no, he was just homeless.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes that'll happen. If you don't have enough stimuli or you have enough people calling you crazy, you're going to end up crazy. Maybe he had a mental illness. I have no idea. I'm not going to assume so because he was still able to hold a conversation with me, even though he had all this other crazy stuff going on. Thinking about it, he might have had some sort of like schizophrenic tendencies or something like that. But regardless of that, other people who were passing by while I was talking to him, they fully believed him. They're like, oh, so this is your cousin? I'm like, nah, I'm not his cousin. They're like, you're not his cousin? But he just like told us your life story. I'm like, he gave you a fib. He has no idea who I am. And that's all it takes. All it takes is one crazy person telling
everybody believes itself. Like, it's just...
And the more that you believe it, the more other people are going to believe it. When
Chris is my brother.
Yeah. We're legitimately brothers. We got lost.
No, that's false.
No, we're actually brothers. You didn't know.
No.
Bro, I got the DNA test, bro. I'll show you. And that's how it works. That's how it works. You play the game long enough, someone's going to fucking believe you.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing about it. I think that's what happened. Like for like the long stint of time when people said they were abducted by aliens, when they were probed. I think that was a stream of
Oh, sorry.
You're good. Go ahead.
Did you ever dream like that you were removed by alien?
I had a dream that aliens came into my house one time. Yeah, they didn't fully abduct me, but I screamed so loud that they like covered where their ears were gonna be and ran out of the house.
Oh yeah.
Then I woke up and I'm like, what the fuck? I was in the spot where I was sleeping when I had the dream, but I woke up and there was nothing happening. My throat didn't hurt, so I didn't scream.
Yeah.
No one else was awake in the house. I was just like, huh? What?
Huh.
I will. And I went back to sleep.
I made a dream one day that I was on the porch of my house, and alien came with their vessel and they took me with my friend, and then I wake up in my bed.
So, do you remember going to sleep for that dream? Damn.
No, but I know it was a dream because like the porch was not very like it was supposed to be.
Like it was parked wrong?
Yes. What? Parked
Yeah.
wrong?
Parked wrong? As
Yes.
if it were parked
Yes. Yes. It was not like the same. Yeah.
It wasn't in the same place where it was supposed to
Yes.
be.
Exactly.
Understand.
But like that was so real, that dream, that when I wake up I was like, did that happen, or am I just like
Maybe
going?
Maybe it could have been. Maybe you'll be the first person to prove me wrong, and despite
Maybe that's another subject we could talk, like the dream, like
dream-
weird dream, vivid dream, or something like that.
Oh,
Like
overly invasive dreams is one thing I
Yes.
want to talk about, because that's like those are the dreams that are so realistic
yes,
that you're convinced it's real until you actually wake up and it's like, Jesus Christ, what was all that? I have a couple experiences
yes,
with that,
too.
and I have an explanation behind it as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to give the explanation here. I'm going to save that for the other video.
Good idea. So don't forget to like and subscribe,
but
follow.
Make sure to follow us.
Yes, so that you can watch
I don't want
the
to
explanation.
If you want to make sure that we don't forget any of these subjects that we're promising to talk about, throw a comment down below. Let us know.
Yes, to
Like,
make sure.
hey guys,
We'll talk about that.
you forgot about this, and this subject. What the hell is wrong with you? Unprofessional dicks. Unsubscribe. But then subscribe back. Do another subscribe.
Because we're gonna do it after you comment anyway. So.
Exactly. As soon as we see your comment, because we have no comments right now. I'm sad.
Yeah, we have some comment. Like some Haley father commented 3 times on our podcast.
Haley?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Cool.
I like the post, so that's good.
Yeah. I make sure to like the post every time.
Yeah, and by the time we release that episode, like I'm sure we will have so much comment.
I sure hope so.
So
But continuing on to
yeah, maybe an alien will comment also. If you're out there looking at us, just let us know.
I'm thinking aliens are making us change the subject. Just like bro, there are so many crazy things that I heard about aliens. Like
Yeah.
for instance, one person was fully convinced that I was an alien. It was just
Fair
based.
enough. Was it me?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh no, sorry. I thought.
God damn it! Now I gotta get the neuralizer out again. Make him forget his memory. But yeah, no, there was someone. I forget how long ago it was, but it was this dude who was a coworker of mine. And he was convinced I was an alien because of one weird thing that I said. I said you think I was just joking around at the time, but I said some shit like tally ho or some shit. Tally ho! And fucking, as we're going out to work, I was working at a kitchen at the time. And after I said that, he just like gave me side eyes from that point on. He's like, no American says tally ho. And I'm like, what? What? I got so confused, but he was fully convinced. He was like, you're not of this world. I'm going to find out, you people. He ended up threatening me one time. Like he pulled me out back. We were smoking cigarettes. He pulled me out back and he's like, listen, man, you know what you are. I know what you are. You just got to come clean with me. Are you an alien? I'm like, no. He's like, you sure? Because you do a lot of alien shit. I'm like what? He's like, well, you say tally ho. And I'm like, tally ho's a word. What the fuck are you on about? I got so offended because I'm like, first of all, I think he's calling me ugly because I'm an alien. I'm like, what?
I mean, alien might be beautiful. We don't know.
They could be. Maybe they're the most beautiful people on earth.
Yes.
You know, just like actors and
Yeah.
people who are in the Illuminati.
Who knows?
Kanye West might be an alien. Kanye, if you're out there, homie, you're crazy.
You need to be on that podcast to defend your alien title.
You need to come defend yourself. Call me up, bro. I'll send you just DM me on Twitter. I got you.
X.
DM me on X. I got you. You'll be on the podcast right after Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. And what was the other guy's name that we brought?
Richard Branson.
Branson, yeah. Richard Branson. Sorry, I forgot your name. Just find me $100. Don't do that, please. I'm broke as shit. Don't do that. I need the money. But we keep going off track.
Yes, those alien.
I
don't want us to talk about them.
I'm fully convinced that the alien. Now you have convinced me. I'm convinced that the aliens are purposefully changing our minds to make sure we don't talk about aliens.
Well, on that, I think that we should end the video. Because
I'm going to go ahead and close it out, and I'm going to close our blinds. I'll get the tinfoil hats ready.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, make sure that we don't have this shit going on anymore. But other than that, we already said our likes, comments, and subscribes. Make sure to hit that notification bell. Follow our socials. We have them listed down in the description, as well as a link to our last video.
Yep.
And
have a good day.
See you later.